everybody, how are you? How are you? How are you? It's so lovely to see you. If you were watching last night, you've caught me because this is now the second night that I'm sitting on the sofa watching telly, because we've actually got these auto cue monitors on our cameras. They don't have words on them. They don't tell me what to say like regular presenters get. I can just see a picture of myself. So, hello, Rob. By the way, I'm Rob Locke, with an E. So I know I've got at least one viewer tonight, and that's something. I'm having a bit of a hair nightmare today. I've dampened this down. It might just go later, but we'll just have to wait. I'll start to look like a flock of seagulls or whatever it is. But how are you? How are you? We've got a bumper show for you tonight. Let me give you a quick rundown of what's coming up as we're live for the next 3 hours, or 2 hours actually, up until 3 a.m. So stay with me, have some fun, get involved, email us jokes. If you want to shout out happy birthdays, any kind of celebrations that I can facilitate, any way I can make you feel just that bit happier. Because you know what? It's good to feel good. With me, Rob Locke, with an E, the feel-good factor is all part and parcel of the presentation, I hope. So let me give you a rundown, then you know what you can look forward to. Obviously, these are coming up in a moment. These have been an absolute runaway success, and I'm not surprised there. I'm actually struggling to keep my eyes open because this is so comfortable. But also on the show tonight, we have the return of the Tower pans. These are, if you're looking for an affordable setup, now we had an affordable set of pans on last night, and everything I said about that, absolutely true. Now, if you want to spend the extra, what would it be, 25 quid over the pans that we had on yesterday, these take you to into another stratosphere, really. You get 13 pieces. So you get saucepans, you get frying pans, you get a wok and a saute pan, and they have removable handles. Lifetime guarantee on the handles, 10-year guarantee on the handles, 5-year guarantee on the pans, and these have the Serrasure Diamond Non-Stick inside and out. It is 7 times stronger than regular non-stick. It's PFOA free, and oh, that's the show. Okay, that's not, yeah, that's all right. Well, that's a little preview of what, a teaser, if you will, a little tickle in your sensitive area for what's coming up later on. The blankets are already busy, so yeah, we'll play you a clip from our Warrington studio. But tonight also we have a bumper deal on the Morel pillow. It's a 24-hour exclusive special here at ShopOnTV. This is a twin pack. Normally we sell a twin pack, I think, for $34.95. However, tonight we have 2 pillows for $29.95. That means you're getting one for about 15 quid. It's a 24-hour deal. Boo, boo, boo. A 24-hour deal. Boo, boo, boo. A 24-hour deal and a steal when you buy it now. Sorry, it kind of went off piste at the end. Now you get a choice of, look at me. Come join me. Come join me on the TV couch. Actually, that got people in trouble in the past, so maybe don't do that. It's 385-857. Either medium soft or medium firm. Now, this is going to sound really stupid, because people always ask, what's the difference between the medium soft and the medium firm? Well, the medium firm just has slightly more filling in it. I mean, it really is as simple as that. 20% more. So it's slightly firmer than the medium. And I know this sounds daft, but if you prefer a softer pillow, go for the medium soft. If you prefer a firmer pillow, I know you're probably already ahead of me here. That's right, go for the medium soft as well. No, go for the medium firm. Now, what is a Morel pillow? Now, if you've heard of the GX suspension pillow, you will be familiar with this. They are identical. The only difference is that the Morel branding is exclusive here at ShopOnTV, and the difference between the Morel and the GX is that this has a breathable, 100% breathable cover, whereas the GX has an organza strip at the side for breathability. Now, but what they both have is an internal tie, an internal support system. It's like a suspension bridge, essentially, similar kind of engineering principle. There are 2 X's, obviously they're not purple, yours will be white, but you do have 2 X's inside the pillow that are slightly narrower than the pillow itself. So when you apply pressure to the pillow, it basically tightens up the ties and prevents the pillow from collapsing too much. And it also means that the minute you remove your head from it, it plumps back up to its original shape. Pillows need two things, ladies and gentlemen, and I could get really geeky. In fact, I'm probably going to get, for the next few minutes, really geeky about pillows, because I never thought, oh, hang on, just checking. No, stay, boy, stay. There we go. My hair is so long at the moment, I desperately need a haircut. From the back, I look like a hillbilly. But anyway, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a hairstyle and a lifestyle. What was I saying? Oh yes, I'm going to get really geeky about pillows, because look, I've been in and around transactional television since 1995. And there aren't a lot of pillows that I haven't tried and tested. And this is one, especially if they are a wonder pillow, you know, something that has a clever feature to it that makes it a better pillow, or as we say in the business, a better mousetrap. So what this honestly, I think, is probably one of the best pillows that's ever been invented. It was invented out of necessity. If you've not heard the story, the owner of the company, his daughter was run over by a car. And not nice. He got the call at night, you better come quickly because we don't know if she's going to make it through the night. It was that kind of call. I'm sure you can imagine how horrific that must have been. And fortunately she did survive, but she was bedridden, and I mean completely bedridden, couldn't leave the bed, not even to get up and go wee-wee, for a year. And she was so uncomfortable, and so her dad asked, what can I do to alleviate your suffering? And she said, I just need a good pillow so that when I'm either sleeping or when I'm sitting up, I've got some comfort. These pillows aren't quite cutting it. So he went and bought every single pillow he could lay his hands on. You'd do the same, right? You would search high and low until you'd exhausted every possible opportunity, every possible pillow that was available to buy, until you found the one that gave your loved one the most comfort, right? And that's what he did, and nothing worked. He went to Harrods and spent, I think, 110 quid, I think it was, over £100 anyway on a pillow. Still no good, because pillows have not really changed since they were first invented. They're a sack with a filling in it. That's it. But what you need for a pillow to work are two things, and most pillows only ever provide one, not the other. You need, well, I suppose three things. You need a head, obviously. But no, the pillow itself needs to have two things. It needs to have or supply comfort, because you want it to feel good, right? You want it to be comfortable when you sleep. And support. You want it to support your head so that your spine is correctly aligned, so that you're not waking up with a crick neck or a sore back. So your airways are clear, so you can breathe and not snore, because if you're in the correct alignment, then that can alleviate snoring as well. And most pillows give you comfort, but without the support, or they give you support without the comfort. Think about this. If you buy a regular hollow fibre pillow, it might be comfortable, but the hollow fibre, which is usually polyester, gets very hot. It retains heat. So have you ever done that thing where you're constantly turning your pillow at night? And also, it's not breathable, and that's one of the reasons it overheats, because the heat has nowhere to go. This has the breathable cover, so that it's almost like a billows. As you move the head, the hot air is expelled and the cool air is pulled in, so you shouldn't have to keep flipping your pillow. But more than anything else, what happens is, as soon as you put your head on a regular hollow fibre pillow, is your head just flops down and pretty much hits the mattress. All the hollow fibre moves out of the way, and you've got maybe an inch between your head and as I say, and the mattress. Have you ever put your head on one hollow fibre pillow and gone, oh yeah, that's the absolute epitome of comfort, that's all I need, I don't ever need anything? No, the very least you probably say, oh, I think I could do with another one. So we end up with two, even three, depending on how cheap they are. And you keep buying these cheap pillows, and then they fill up with sweat, they fill up with dust mites. A significant proportion of their weight after a certain amount of time is actually dust mite droppings, dead dust mites, and the current infestation. I know it's not very nice. It's not necessarily harmful to us, although the poo-poo, the dust mite poo-poo, that is an allergen. So if you are somebody who suffers from allergies or asthma, then that's not a good thing. And the other thing is, you just can't get a good night's sleep. You're forever waking up, you're pillow punching, you're tossing, you're turning, you're folding the pillow over. You're either doing the Superman pose, or you've folded it, you've cleft it in twain. We haven't cleft it in twain, you've folded it in twain. Just anything to desperately get a good night's sleep. So then I got so fed up with this, I thought, right, I'm going to get a firm pillow. And it was great. It gave me all the support I needed, but it was like lying on a brick. It was just awful. And as that started to get clumpy and lumpy with all the sweat and, and all of the dust mites, and it really was horrendous. It was so hard. And of course, what do? At the end of the day? You throw them away. How many pillows have you thrown away already in your lifetime? How many pillows are you going to continue now to throw away? Not only will these, we believe, last you much longer than a standard pillow, they are a like down. So it is a man-made fibre, but it's like down. It's little tiny sort of particles of a down-like artificial or man-made substance that give you this incredible softness. So it should last an awful lot longer. And the most important thing about this is that you've got the loft. Look at the loft on this. I have to really push hard to touch my fingers together. I can touch my fingers if I push really hard, but I can't touch my palms together. And it doesn't matter where on the pillow your head is, it's going to always have that maximum loft. And look at this. How many pillows can you hold like this, outways, without it going floppy? I'd be flaccid right now. It'd be drooping. It would. My pillow would be touching the cloth of the sofa. And that's not a good thing. And we're trying to eliminate. We say no to that. This is for 24 hours and 24 hours only. You don't just get uno, you get duo. Here we have. Thank you. Is that my mic there? How's that? You get, because people were struggling to imagine two at home, weren't they? You don't just get one, you get two. No, I won't. You get two. And you just have to choose medium soft or medium firm. Unfortunately we should do a variety pack. We don't. I don't know why. You either when you buy for your $29.95, you either get medium soft or you get medium firm. But you know what? It's worth actually stocking up. Some people use the medium firm for sitting up in bed and reading, or maybe you have an entertainment system in your bedroom and you're watching a film or TV or something along those lines, or you're working on your laptop or something and you, a little bit more support for lumbar support. These are great. They're great for lumbar support while you're sitting up. But they will give you the comfort, that wonderful, soft, comfortable night's sleep, the correct spinal alignment and the correct airway alignment, and they will never, ever lose their loftiness. They will always, always maintain the exact properties in terms of the height and the support that they give you. Maximum support, maximum comfort. That's the difference. 385857 is the item number. We're going to the foot warmer next, but I do want to remind you about these. Are we not going to the blankets next? Oh, we're still previewing. This is the preview? I'm sorry, I didn't realise that. As far as I know, we're right into the show. Okay. I didn't realise that was supposed to be a preview. Sorry. Longest preview in history, that was. Okay, so I've got to tell you about these. You've got to be quick on these, folks, because, so here was the scoop. The grey, actually, this was launched. It comes in charcoal or chocolate. You can see the chocolate one over there. Now, these were launched, I think, about a week ago with Sean and Hayley, and the grey sold out. Now, fortunately, DMD had a consignment that they was destined for another supplier, and because so many of you bought them a week ago, they basically gave that consignment to us or to you. These are back in stock now. I had this on last night. Look, we were a late start last night. It was a relatively quiet night, but still hundreds of people went for them. You know, we are... Well, you know, it's hard to sort of estimate as you watch, but there are hundreds, certainly at this time of night, at least hundreds of thousands of people watching. So, you know, a product will sell in its hundreds, no matter what, even a slow, you know, not necessarily what we would class a popular or successful product by our standards, will still sell 50, 100, you know, that kind of thing. This is an absolute hero. It's an absolute winner. They are 120 centimetres. So that's 1.2 metres by 160 centimetres, 1.6 metres. And they are Sherpa one side, which is that oh, it's so, oh, I could just sit here and play with it all night. Oh, yeah, oh, it's so, stroke it, baby. It's Santa's belly. Oh, it's so, oh, if you were to close your eyes now and imagine the softest thing you've ever touched, and just if you could imagine, you can run your hands over it, and oh, it's Sherpa. It's just gorgeous. And on the other side, you have this beautiful velvety fleece. See, the Sherpa's got the texture, so that's soft with sort of undulating tickles. Whereas the plush side, ooh, I'm not sitting there fondling myself, by the way. It's the black. It looks a bit weird. Come and rub my belly for luck. It's just, they are so luxurious. These are premium. DMD, that stands for demand, because the company plans, they have thousands of brands actually. You may know a lot of them, but this brand DMD is designed to exceed your demands, to be better than you expect. So when you get them at home, you think it's going to be good, you expect it to be good or even great, but then it's even better than you expected, and that's what this will definitely fall into that category. But here's the magic moment. Many of you have experienced a fleece blanket or a Sherpa blanket, so you know what a good quality one is like. But this one, you may have noticed, is plugged in. You also may have surreptitiously read on the graphics that it's electric. Yes, it's an electric blanket. So you can't feel, if you try and find it, there is you can feel a small wire that runs all the way through it. Obviously, that's the heating element. It is an electric blanket up to 45 degrees. But here's the best bit, ladies and gentlemen. He's broken it. No, he hasn't. He's unplugged it. I can now put this in the washing machine. It is machine washable up to 40 degrees. You can use your regular detergents, you can use your fabric softener if you wish. Do what you like. Just treat it as a normal garment. And obviously, because it is fleece and it is, you know, it is that 100% polyester material, it will dry so quickly. So you can put it over the bed. Look, it's not necessarily something I would sleep on in bed, but it's something I would sleep under in bed, certainly. Definitely warm your bed up before you go to it. Stick it on top of your duvet or your blankets or whatever and run it for a bit. It costs just about 7p an hour to run, depending on your tariff. It's, as I said, 100% polyester, and it's 160 watt power usage, so very low power. It is completely safe, and it has a remote control built into the cable, which gives you 9 temperature options. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then you've also got 20-minute increments of timer increase level, giving you up to a maximum of 3 hours. And that's really simple to do that. It's a very slick inline remote control. And again, if you just want to use this as a regular fleece, maybe, I mean, the last few nights have been chilly around the old Watsits, haven't they? Maybe, but tonight's a little bit warmer, but you know it's only going to get worse. So you don't have to use the electricity if you don't wanna. You can just use it as a fleece. I've saved a fortune by just using a blanket during the colder months. Last winter, I didn't turn my central heating on once, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. But in the center is the power switch, and not surprisingly, when you press it, it turns it on. Oh, can you see that? Hang on, is it on? Oh, it's not plugged. Now that's interesting. I just learned something tonight. It said F for fail. I'm like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What have I done? I forgot to plug it back into the blank. Really simple, by the way. There's only one way you can plug it in. You can't put it round the wrong way. It won't go in that way. No, it doesn't work. So it goes in there. There's a little click, and now it's on. And then here in the centre, you press the remote control. You turn the power on. There you can just about see a 0. And then at the bottom is temperature. So 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 9. And that goes up to 45 degrees. So they are 5-degree increments. So you can know exactly that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh, I think I was one behind. And then at the top, you've got a timer. Again, 20-minute increments. So 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, etc. You don't have to have the timer on, but if you want to, it's great because let's say, you know, you want this to get you off to sleep. And sorry, I just realised I've got it on temperature 9, and it's yeah, that's kicked in. Oh, this is a game changer. Do you know, I don't know about you. A lot of people have gas in this country. Sorry, I don't mean like, I don't mean wind. I mean they have a gas provider. I don't. In my building, we don't have gas. We have electricity. So I have 2 electricity bills. I have one for the you know, when you plug stuff in, and then I've got one for my heating and for my hot water. And I'm on a water meter. So when my son has a shower, and sometimes he does like to spend a good hour. I don't know what he gets up to, but he can spend a good hour in the shower. And it literally, I can see the electricity bill going up in real time. It's like a £5 every time he takes a shower. It's so expensive. So I'm just, it's not that I'm tight. It's just I don't like wasting money. And I have a 2-bedroom flat, and usually if it's me and my lad, you know, we sit together and watching telly. He might be in his room while I'm watching telly, or I might be in my room while he's watching telly. But we don't need to heat the whole flat. Now, if you've got a house and it's just you and everyone's in one place, or if you yourself, there's no one else around, why heat the whole house when all you need to do is heat your own personal environment? And even if that's late at night and then you're going to go to bed after, you can just unplug this and take it to the bed with you, so you can carry the warmth from room to room. So I think, especially as I just heard that there's now not going to be any heating allowance or something for the elderly. Did I hear that the other day? Something along those lines. Look, it's not my place to get into politics and such, but look, we know the cost of living is just ludicrous at the moment. Everybody is struggling. And if you can save a bit of money on your heating, and apart from anything else, these feel so good. They're so snuggly. They are made from real Muppet skin. No, they're not. They're not. No Muppets were harmed in the making of this fleece. But you might also just want to snuggle up with a loved one on a cold night. Get a hot toddy. Both of you snuggle up on the sofa. Watch a rom-com. I don't know, I have these romantic ideals. What can I say? I'm an incurable romantic, despite the fact people's attempts to cure me. I will not be cured of my romantic ideals, and it all starts with a Sherpa blanket. $34.99 is the price, $4.95 your P&P. Remember, it's all capped P&P here, so the first $4.95 you only pay once. If there is additional, or if there is an additional charge on the postage, I think on the pans there might be an extra £1 or something. The initial $4.95 you only pay one time. It's just any additional charges that individual products carry that you pay within that, or in addition in that order. So that means that you stock up. You could get this. You could buy an assortment if you wish to. 247415. Also, we've got a clothes dryer coming up, which is phenomenal. Also from DMD. We'll have a little look at that in a moment, just a very brief one. But I also want to draw your attention to, now this is these 2 items I am going to preview, because our pans, I'm very keen to get to our pans. Please be quick on these, and particularly on the grey, or I should say the charcoal, because they're both, that and the chocolate, there's the chocolate there, they're flying. But charcoal is in the lead. It's slightly more popular. Oh, come here now. Right, also, if you want to, apparently, according to our producer Gemma, every guy she's ever dated, they want one of these, or had one of these. or they need one of these. Because apparently when it comes to dating Gemma, a lot of people get cold feet. No, sorry, that's not what I meant. Oh, that was her joke. Oh, I see. I didn't understand her joke when she was telling it, but I figured it out and managed to tell it anyway. I love this. I wish they did one of these in red. So again, it is a heated foot warmer. It also has an inline remote control. This one's very simple. It's a slider, and you've got 3 heat settings, and you just go up and down. The heating element is actually in the booty part. The fleece insert is removable and washable. Ultra soft Sherpa fleece lining, comfort or custom warmth, and a velvety fleece silky outer lining. And oh look, 3 heating settings, a maximum auto timer of 90 minutes as well, and also you have 100 watts power usage, so very, very cost effective to use. 24 centimeters tall by 30 by 30 wide and deep. 3/4 of a kilo basically, just 3 pence an hour. A polyester, 100% polyester, and again that low 100 watt power usage. But I love the fact that you've got the fleece lining, so that you can remove it, and particularly if you do get smelly feet. Now the other thing also is you can unplug this likewise, and there are washing instructions for the whole thing, because of course, and there's actually a foam bottom that you would remove too if you did want to wash the outer part. It does look very festive. Admittedly, I'm going to say this is going to be for a certain type of person who just suffers from constantly cold feet. I hate it, my feet being too hot, because your feet are actually your temperature regulator. They're like your body's thermostat, apparently, which is why you stick your feet out of the bed when you get too hot, unless you've got a Mulberry Silk Duvet, then you don't need to. $29.99. This is not new today, actually. This was featured last week, but it is a brand new product. So it's only this, I think, the second time it's been to air, unless the price has gone down. Maybe the price went down. I don't know. Great system, and it will fit up to large feet. Now I've got size 12, and I know for a fact, because when we actually recorded a show in Warrington with this, in our Warrington studio, with Mike Saint, and my feet fit no problem whatsoever, with room to spare. So even for the larger footed members of the family, because you know what they say, people with big feet, very big socks, huge socks. $29.99 is your price. 294650 your item number. And then very quickly, here is the winged. I always do my Christopher Becker's one of our regulars. He and I share a love of comics and superheroes and that whole sort of genre, and sci-fi, fantasy and sci-fi, I suppose it would be. And he knows whenever I do this that I'm going to break into my classic Jack Nicholson Batman, Joker rather, impression. Winged freak terrorizes. Wait till he get a load of me. Oop. Oop. So that's our winged clothes dryer. It's an aluminium frame, and then the poles are stainless steel. They heat up to 45 degrees, and this is fabulous because I've got a clothes dryer. It's not heated. Once the weather starts getting cold, the ambient temperature is cold, everything is cold. It just takes much longer for your clothes to dry. But once you've got this, it will expedite the drying of said clothes. You can hang them over the rails. You can also hang them on hangers on those extended winged parts. You don't have to use the winged parts. You can collapse those down if you've got stuff you want to lay flat. The whole thing does collapse down completely flat as well, so you can stick it in the spare cupboard or wherever it is you keep those sorts of things, next to the washing machine, side of the fridge, that kind of thing. $89.99 is the usual price. We've got it down to $54.99. It is a superior quality construction. It really does an incredibly good job, this. Now, so here's an example. This is $5.95 P&P. So let's say you bought a Sherpa blanket, P&P $4.95, and you bought the winged clothes dryer $5.95, right? Like I said, the first $4.95 is always capped. So in other words, you could put both items in your basket and you would still only pay $5.95. because that has an extra £1. Now let's say you just bought 2 of the winged clothes dryers, 2 lots of £5.95, but the first £4.95 is capped, so you would only pay the extra, the additional £1, so another for each. So £4.95 plus the additional £1 for each, £6.95. Do you see what I mean? And so it goes on. And also anything between 30 or anything over £30 qualifies for PayPal Pay in 3. So if you want to, then you can buy a couple of items, spread it over 3 months interest free if you wish. Just select PayPal as your option at checkout. Make sure you click pay later. It will then take you through whatever it needs to take you through to approve you for the 3 months interest free credit. And then once that's approved, the order is then confirmed with us and it will be on its way to you. These will all go out. All the orders you place now will all go out later today, because today's technically Monday. We're now Monday, right? So these will be winging there, no pun intended, their way to you in no time at all. Dry your clothes quicker, or your towels, or warm your towels. Warm your clothes. Just imagine if you dry your bedclothes on this, your bedding, and then you stick it all on just before you go to bed, or put the Paul, what Paul does, because Paul's he's a very butch, manly man. But I don't know why, I always imagine he wraps his hair in a towel when he gets out the shower. He doesn't. Maybe that's just maybe that's just me. But no, what he does like to do though instead is he gets his electric air dryer and he warms up his towels while he's in the shower, so when he gets out he can wrap himself in a nice warm towel. Isn't that lovely? Seriously good bit of kit, that £54.99. If you have little space or need extra drying capabilities, for one of the first things I ever bought when I moved into my flat, because I have nowhere to wash to hang my clothes. I don't like using the dryer in the washing machine. I've got a combo washer dryer, but the thing is it wrinkles all the clothes and stuff like that. It's not my preference. I don't even do towels. I'll let them dry on my clothes horse. So. But this, as I say, mine is not heated. This is better because it does something that mine doesn't do. And I bought a good one. I think I spent about 40 or 50 quid on mine, and it's just metal. That is better. So 03869 your item number. Okay, you've seen everything we've got coming up, and now it's time, as I promised. I don't know what time is it now. How long have I been yabbering on for? It's 20 to 2. Have I been talking for how long? 109, so about half an hour. I think I promised about half an hour. Good, I'm good on my promise. I did say 20 minutes to half an hour. So the pans are coming up next. But we've had an email in the interim. Here is the email from Alex. So Alex is watching in her new heated blanket. Hey, Alex, we're blanket buddies. Yeah. How hot are you? And it is our busiest product on the show. They're absolutely flying. Hundreds of you in the ordering process for these. Please do get yourself either the charcoal or the chocolate. 120 by 160, and they're machine washable. Remember, the difference here is what's the unique selling point? It's a machine washable, reversible blanket. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Anyone else out there who is who's got one of their blankets already and is watching? We could have a blanket party. Alex and I have already started it. Thank you for email, Alex. I appreciate it, and we appreciate you watching as well. And all I'm going to say is, while we get comfy and you get comfy, how about introducing you to what I think is the best pan set that we offer here at ShopOnTV for the money. You can't beat what this can do. You can't, even for a lot more money, you can't beat what these can do. Let's go to our Warrington studio with Matt McNamara and our celebrity chef, Paul Brodell, to tell you more.
I just love how easy they are. The handles are fantastic, 10-year guarantee, but look, I just got to show you how good this is. Now, this is in our wonderful air fryer oven.
On the show as well with the air fryer, yeah.
We are doing our roast dinner. Can you see how it just slides around? Nothing sticks whatsoever. The quality of the non-stick is phenomenal. So I'm just going to pop that back in our oven there. So you imagine, because you can remove the handles, suddenly you can bake cakes in the pans. You can do your pineapple upside down cakes, little stews, curries, casseroles. You're only limited by your imagination, which is just so good. And then I'm going to just do a little tiny bit of scrambled egg here just to show you how good the non-stick is, because it is phenomenal. You will love with this Cerishaw non-stick how good it is. Can you see? Again, it comes with a 5-year warranty on the pans, 10 on the handles. It's incredible, and they're dishwasher safe too. Can you see how nothing sticks? I'm just going to let that burn on there.
Lovely, yep.
And then what I'm going to do in this one here, I'm just going to pop some cheese in because I'm going to do the quickest cheese sauce that you've ever done.
Now we do have a variety of sizes, don't we? Of course, you've got your 2 interchangeable handles, but you've got your saute pan, the 2 different saucepans as well, the wok as well. So all of it included in your amazing 13-piece set. Induction hob compatible, as you can see, with what we're using, and also any hob type. So if you're cooking on gas, cooking on electric, it is good to go. And Paul, as you say, oven safe. Just detach the handle, pop them in the oven up to 260 degrees C.
They certainly are.
Air fryer safe, as you just saw. But also, Paul, I've had the pleasure of watching the master at work, because with the chicken, different cooking times on your potatoes and your garnishes. So you've been taking that out, adding things, putting it back in.
You can all the way through.
Brilliant.
Now look, I just want to show you the non-stick. So this is scrambled egg that I've purposely left, and look, it just comes away. Your clean up is next to nothing. So I'm just going to pop that on our pan there, and I'm just going to, again, we're cooking on induction, but it could be halogen, electric, gas. Look at that, look.
Yeah, you'd stick that in the wash quickly, but here we quickly wipe it.
I promised you the quickest cheese sauce you've ever made, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now, so there it is.
That's not sticking, it's good.
It's not sticking at all, no. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some in and let it burn, okay? Because I want to show you how good this non-stick is. So I've got our tortilla chips.
Right.
Now, look at that.
Oh my goodness me.
Now, look at that, look. I promise you, if you have a nibble on one of them, you will just love it. But what I'm going to do is
let it
now,
cool down for a second.
I'm going to purposely, I've left some in the pan.
Yes.
I'm going to let it burn on.
Okay.
I've got
To show
some
the
extra
Serra
cheese. Yeah.
Coating.
To show how bad it is. I've even got some milk. If you've ever burnt milk in a pan before, you know how terrible it sticks. It really is. So we're doing the worst that we can throw at it, and I'm going to let that tick over there just to show you how bad it can be. But in the next one here, I'm just going to fry off some onions just to show you. Oh, please try it. It's
Got my
so
eye on one of
delicious.
these. I was waiting just because I didn't want to burn my mouth with the cheese sauce. But look at that.
Now again,
Oh, you naturally at home in front of a movie.
At home,
Yeah.
anything like that.
But
Just going to do some stir-fry veggies in here.
That's amazing with the cheese sauce as well.
Oh, isn't it delicious? Was that the
quickly.
quickest cheese sauce that you've ever
Yummy.
made? Now
Oh.
again, it looks horrendous mess, doesn't it? Can you see how that's burning? So obviously you wouldn't do this at home, but you can imagine the phone goes and someone knocks at the door, stuff like that.
Or you just leave something, the base of something's cooking away.
Nothing is
Oh, that's
sticking
really good. It's peeling
whatsoever.
away.
This is how forgiving these pans are, and this is why I just love them so much.
So a great
Look
name
at
as
that.
well, isn't it? From Tower.
You imagine. Look at that. You know, lots of pans, stainless steel pans, that would never stick.
You almost think, when you see the words non-stick, you almost think that some manufacturers should put the non-stick in inverted commas, like non-stick, you know, unless, you know, but that looks like a genuine non-stick, just easy. And that's the Serra ceramic coating, and also the decades of experience from Tower. Remember, right from the early 1900s, Tower have been doing this and making amazing quality cookware. And now it's pancake.
Well, I'm going to show you something else now. So, I'm going to make a mess on the side, okay?
Okay.
Now, because not only have you got the Serra amazing non-stick on the inside, you've got it on the outside as well. And it really is fabulous.
Have another one of
and
these.
while that's cooking on the outside, I'm just going to throw some of our chopped meat in there, just to do something sticky, like that, with that amazing even heat distribution. Can you hear that wonderful sizzle? It really is so good. I haven't used any oil whatsoever.
Oh wow! Because it suggests like little oil, not as much.
Now,
so you put none in, right? It's amazing.
Yeah, and did you see with our stir-fry vegetables here? Again, little or no oil, which is just fantastic. But nothing is sticking whatsoever. It really is that fantastic.
The Serra ceramic.
Well, that is the quality that you get. Look at that, look. Can you
Now you got
see?
this pancake mix gluing itself to the outside.
Gluing it to the side. I don't know whether you can see it yet.
Yeah. It's
There you
baking
go.
itself on there. Yeah.
Right, so, and now obviously the cameras, we haven't done this on camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up a bit and then I'm going to give it a wipe.
Okay.
So, okay, so you ready? This is only for TV purposes. Can you see how there you go.
Wow, that is
look at that, look. That was burnt on pancake mix on the side. It just wipes off.
So we know that even if the inside is non-stick, as they say, the outside definitely won't be. But here, the Serrashore non-stick genuinely is non-stick on the inside and on the outside.
That's it. It
Full
really
quality.
is. You're getting incredible quality.
Just to run through exactly what you're getting, Paul, then you're getting the 18cm saucepan, the 20cm saucepan, the 24 and the 28 frying pans, the 28 wok, that's 28 centimetres by the way, each time, 28 centimetres. You're getting the lids as well, 2 detachable handles, and of course the silicone lids too. And they all nest and stack inside each other. So if you've got really small amount of storage in your kitchen, space is a premium, then don't worry. They're not going to be sticking out handles everywhere, poking everywhere. The detachable handles make them so easy to store and to keep safe at home and stacked. Pop them in the dishwasher to clean them if you want. Wipe them clean and keep going. Wash them by hand and keep going. But you've got a 10-year guarantee on the handles and an extended 5-year guarantee on the pan. All you need to do is register on the website to actually activate that guarantee. But how amazing is that? And the detachable handles, so easy to use as well, aren't they?
They are. So it literally is at the click of a button like that. And then suddenly you've got your frying pan turns into your oven dish, your cottage pie dish, you know, anything like that. If you're doing a pasta bake, you can put the cheese on, pop the whole time, and then you can even take it in the oven. And now can you see how evenly, wonderfully cooked?
Yes. No, it looks really even, like no burning, no sticking or anything. Like,
fantastic.
Really good.
I'm going to do the worst scenario now. We've got our honey barbecue sauce here. So you imagine how sticky that is.
Yeah, now that would be a nightmare on your saucepan or your wok at home, wouldn't it?
It
But
certainly is. Oh, yeah.
It's not having a problem.
And how much do you spend on like the sticky pork and stuff like that?
Oh, don't even
There you go. Look at that. Look.
So you can get those tastes at home. Like, you don't need to worry. Like, you know, when you buy a new item of clothing, it's like, oh gosh, what's the washing instructions? When you buy, like, or you look at a recipe, you think, what dishes am I going to need? What am I going to have to wash up afterwards? Is it a one wok job or is it a one saucepan job? Single pan. But this is like, don't worry, just get cooking and don't worry about the cleanup.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. So we've got our sticky honey, our vegetables in there. We've got it all, and it's just done it so easy. Meals in minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look for my rice too.
Don't forget it's the Serrashore as well. So you've got the Serrashore coating, meaning this is a sort of surface, shall I say? Because this is like beauty is more than skin deep. This is a proper solid pan. So the whole thing is Serrashore. We're not talking coatings or thin layers here. The whole thing is that Serrashore ceramic non-stick. And you're getting your egg fried rice.
We certainly have. So we've got our chops, wonderful, and our honey teriyaki there, and barbecue. We've got our wonderful egg fried rice that we're just going to do here now. Look at this, everyone. So
You just made your own takeaway.
Exactly, we really have.
Oh my goodness. So you're not limited with your type of hob, are you?
No, not at all, no. And you see how none of this is sticking whatsoever. It's incredible. It's going to make your washing up a breeze here every single time.
When you're talking electric hobs, induction, gas, no worries. Use these pans on anything. Take the handle off, stick the pan in the oven up to 260 degrees as well.
Nothing there sticking whatsoever. So we've got our wonderful stir-fry egg rice, which I'm just going to serve up here now.
Ooh, look at that
so.
fried rice.
Then I'm just going to grab the cloth and just show you how
obviously at home you give it a little wash.
Look at that, look. It just comes away in a matter of seconds.
Oh, nice.
And then look at that wonderful sticky pork. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some of the residue in there, like so. I'm going to have to fill a plate there because we've made so much. I'm going to let the really get sticky.
Okay.
I'm going to add some cheese to burn it on. I've got some milk to burn it on, just to show you the ultimate that you can put these through.
So you're going the most drastic demonstration here to show the non-stick of the Cerashore ceramic, and you are getting a 13 pan or piece pan set here from the amazing Tower name. It's working out as $6.53 a component. You're getting the saucepans, you're getting the saute dish, you're getting the wok, you're getting the 2 detachable handles, you're getting the silicone lids, as well as the actual saucepan and pan lids as well. And you're getting a full set for the kitchen here, and they are oven safe up to 260 degrees C in the oven. Stick them in the air fryer as well, and with those silicone covers you can maybe store for later or keep in the fridge or afterwards. Maybe if you've done a big cottage pie or a big lasagna and you've got any leftovers, maybe stick it in the fridge and put it in the oven again the next day, I guess. So it is $30.31 on 3 payments on your PayPal Pay in 3. That includes your delivery, and at $149.99 is your normal price, but it is an amazing saving of £65 off right now, making it $84.99, which is a phenomenal price. I mean, seriously, $84.99. Paul, we like to...
I've seen saucepans on their own for that price, and in a minute I will talk you through all the pans because they're just incredible. Yeah. Please never think of this as just the wok, because they're so multi-usage. Now, I'm just putting it through the worst that it can do. You know, you wouldn't normally do this at home. I'm cooking on induction, which is very hot and very quick to heat up. And, you know, look at this, look, it just comes away.
You can see the burnt bits.
Nothing sticks whatsoever. And this is exactly what you want from a wok, you know, and nothing is sticking there at all. So I am trying to put it through the worst paces that I can do, and it just comes away clean.
It will be the bottom
every single time. And don't forget, you have got this on the side too, so it really is so good for coming away every single time.
So good for coming away every single time. I can promise you. So here's what I've just done. I've just done something I think is a bit special. So I was on my way home last night. I've got to the point in my kitchen. I've got a 2-bedroom flat, and it's a fairly big kitchen, but for whatever reason, there isn't a lot of cupboard space. They didn't do a lot. I've got one of those bare walls with an extractor fan. Like, what a waste of space. They should have had cupboards with an extractor built in, but that's another story for another day. And then I've got a kitchen island, but no cupboards above. So I've only got the cupboards under my kitchen island. And then a couple of 1, 2, 3, like a double banger at the top of one wall, and it's not enough. I ran out of that double banger. Yes, that's what they call in the film industry, where they have trailers. You can either have one big trailer for one person for a star, or for the co-stars or guest stars, they have trailers that have for the guest stars usually 2. Dressing rooms basically, and for the co-stars, the little bit part players, 3, and they call them a 3-banger, a 2-banger, or so that's where that comes from, just to clarify. So I ran out of cupboard space a long time ago, and I've got still lots of kitchen stuff I want to buy, towel pans being one of them. I also want to get an Instant Pot. I also want to get this and that and something around the corner. So I bought myself a heavy-duty, sort of compact, slimline set of shelves. And that I've got one little space in my kitchen for. And now I can, once that comes tomorrow, I can get my towel pans, and I shall. And I'll tell you why. Because I've got £500 worth of very high-end non-stick pans, but I'm always nervous about using them because I've spent so much money on them, I'm afraid to use them. They're like my Sunday best, you know what I mean? Those tower pans, you can punish them within an inch of their lives, and they'll take it. Honestly, that non-stick, if you can stick anything to that, I bet you'd even have trouble sticking glue to it. They are so good, and the non-sticks inside and out. So I'm going to get a set for the house, or for the flat, because also my lad David, who's one of our floor managers here, you may have seen him, he loves to cook as well, and you've got that saute pan is huge because it's not just pans for frying. You've got bakeware. You can make cakes in that saute pan. They will go from literally the cupboard to the hob, any kind of hob, including induction. They'll go into the oven up to 230 degrees, and then after that, you've even got lids you can put on. You can put leftovers in the fridge, but they can go from the hob to the table, the oven to the table. They are so versatile. All the sizes. I don't think there's anything else you need. And those handles, 10-year warranty on the handles and a 5-year warranty on the pans. For 13 pieces, 85 quid, even if you only get 5 years of use out of them and then chuck them away, you've had your money's worth. You really have. I don't think... Now, there is the DMD Vita pan set. It's a 5-pan set, which we had on yesterday. That's $59.99. They are great. They are, and for that money, for 5 pieces, you won't beat it, unless you buy the if you buy the Freedom pan set, because these, they give you the extra pieces. Now, it's more money. So it depends. Do you want to spend 60 quid or 85 quid? If you've got the 85 quid, that black diamond non-stick coating, 7 times stronger and more resilient than regular non-stick, and the fact these stack, the fact you've got 2 handles, they'll work on induction, gas, electric, ceramic and halogen, even Argo and Rayburn. You've got the storage lids. You honestly, you cannot go anything other than right with these. Normally $149.99, 18, 20 or 18 and 20 centimetre saucepan. You've got the fry pan, the 24 centimetre. You've got the saute pan and the wok, which are 28, and the interchangeable lids, all in a box. They're a great gift, great for people going off to university, great for people starting their own home, great for the caravan, great if you've got maybe you had a cheap set of pans when you first moved into your place. Now you want to upgrade. They're still at a cheap price or affordable price, but they are absolute quality. And the reason that you're not paying 150 quid for them is because ShopOnTV, we deal directly with Tower. There are no agents, no wholesalers, no distributors, no middle people. It's us and them. So we cut out all that extra markup that would normally you'd pay for and pass the saving on to you. That's what ShopOnTV is all about. That's why I tell your friends, because especially now we're becoming really getting well known on ITV. We are the shopping show every night from midnight to 3 on ITV1 and STV. And more and more big suppliers are coming on board, massive brands we're talking to. We've only been on the air for 8 months, 9 months? 9 months. So, and this is a partnership with ITV, so we are here to stay, and we're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Our audience is growing, our customers are growing, and so it's worth tuning in every night when we're on. Just have a look and see what we got, because we are the place where you get the best products with the best prices. That's our goal. That's our mantra. That's what we're here for. That's our reason for existing. Or as they say in France, our raison d'être. So I hope that that's something that will... And plus, we like to be a little bit entertaining, and apart from anything else, we're still... The benefit of watching products on television, you get to see how they work, what they do, before you buy them. You get them demonstrated, you get them explained, we can answer your questions. In fact, did we have a question about the pans? Yeah. Can they go into the oven straight from the fridge? Yes, absolutely. No, you don't have to wait until they go to room temperature. No, 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 no. Punish them, beat them, flog them. No, I mean... They, honestly and truly, they will take a lot of, you know, like heavy duty. They're not too heavy, they're not too light, but they're strong, and they're really, really, really durable. So maybe you've got your best cookware, like me, that you use for certain occasions. I know that sounds ridiculous. It's just because I'm OCD and I'm a perfectionist and I love everything to be. I don't like scratches and things to be damaged. Unless I buy something that I know it might get, I might mess it up. I might put it, you know, I might have a ding here and there. So that's your everyday cookware. Honestly, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is, I believe, the best cookware on the market in that price bracket for what it offers you. And talking of cookware, I'm now toasty warm under my Sherpa fleece blanket. Sherpa on one side, fleece on the other. The fleece options are either charcoal, that's this lovely slate grey colour. Oh, honestly, I could sit here and stroke my fleece all day. Oh, it's so good. And then you've also got your, let me move the pillows out the way so you can see. Oh, that's not working. Hold on, just a sec. Hold on, one sec. Thanks, Sam. There's your lovely chocolate, your chocolat. It is a lovely, rich, sort of milk to dark chocolate, I would say. So really, it just depends on your decor and what your preference is. $34.99. But here's the magic, ladies and gentlemen. Most people know what a blanket is. I think I'd safely say that everybody knows what a blanket is. Whoa, come here. Most people will know what a come back. A fleece blanket is. I'm sure. Hold on. Oh, the air's going. Hold on, sorry. Excuse moi. It looks so terrible when that flops down, so. And then everyone will just spend the whole night saying, no, you look fine. Where was I? Yes, most people know what a fleece is. Most people know what Sherpa is. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is electric. It's electric. It's electric. But also, it's electric, and yet electricity, water, never mix them together. Never mix them together. And you don't. You wouldn't. That would be silly. But you can unplug this like that. And now it's just a blanket. And now I can wash it. And there is proof. Now, there is proof, but also there is a discrepancy. I will be up front about this. But I feel it's important to show you the proof. Look, there is a washing label on it. Yes, you can put it in the washing machine. The only thing is, this says, as you'll discover in a moment, up to 30 degrees, and yet all of our graphics and the information we got from DMD say up to 40 degrees. So I think it's been superseded. There you see. And it says, do not steam. Natural air drying is recommended, yet don't put it in the tumble dryer, because there is a heating an element. It's a cable. There it is, you see, that runs all the way through it. You can't, unless you try and find it, and you can, you won't feel it. It's completely unobtrusive. But if you put that into a hot dryer, it could melt the element, and that you don't want to do. So wash it, yes, but tumble dry it, no. Stick it over the line to dry, or over maybe your clothes horse, your winged air dryer, if you wish. You've got 9 temperature options, and you've got a timer that in 20-minute increments will take you up to a maximum of 3 hours. Here's how you do it. This is how we do it. Where have you gone? Where's my owl gone? So you will notice that on one part of the blanket there is I'm going to call it a doobry, a flange, a thingamy-bob, right? A socket. That's a socket. Yeah, I suppose there is a word for that. Here we have, I suppose we'd call that a plug then, wouldn't we? And that, there's only one way you can't get it in. That don't fit that way. Don't fit that way. But that way, slips in, snug as a bug, clicks, and now you're engaged. Once that's in, then in line you have a remote controlly. Very stylish, very sleek looking. You'll notice in the centre there is a power button. Now that turns it on and off, not surprisingly. I know. Honestly, just the surprises that are in store. So that once that's turned on, you've got temperature denoted by, or connoted by this little thermometer, and then you've got a little clock, which now what could that be? I think that could be the timer. Oh, this is on. Oh my! Woohoo! Oh baby, I tell you, this thing ain't messing around. I'm on 9. It's woof, woof. That's warm. It really, in fact, so warm. I'll show you how to turn it down. So all you have to do is repeated button presses. So there's number 1. So it's got back to number 1 from 9, and it will go up in 5-degree increments. So it's 45 to 45 degrees. So 9 being the maximum. I'm going to put it on 1, and then timer in 20-degree increments. Simple. And so that will actually, by the time you get up to, oh, I've gone past it. Sorry. When you get to number 9, that is now 180 minutes, 3 hours. So that will literally, the whole thing will switch off after 3 hours. You don't have to have a timer. It costs you about 7p a day, depending on an hour rather, depending on your tariff. 7p an hour. So if it's super cold, today, you know, I got up this morning. And I sit on my sofa in my living room, and I have my little laptop table, and I work for hours, you know, at this laptop. And the window was only cracked open, but it was chilly this morning. It really was. I had 3 degrees when we went home last night. I had to shut the window today. It was too cold. But you can heat it up and then unplug it, or turn it off and unplug it. So you could take it to your bed just to kind of let the heat run out on it as you're falling asleep maybe, or you can replug it in your bedroom and keep it on literally all night long if you wanted to. If you run it for, you know, 8 hours, you're only looking at 56p to run it for the whole night. 10 hours for 70p, depending on how long you sleep. It's 160 by 120, so you can lay it on top of your bed to heat your bed, to warm your duvet before you get into it. Or actually, if you wanted to, just use this in in the heated configuration. Instead of your duvet. It's certainly cheaper, much cheaper than putting the heating on. Heat where you are rather than heating where you are and the rest of the house, which is so wasteful, isn't it, when you think about it? And also, because of the way that it's configured, the heating, the pluggy bit is on the width. So obviously this would go across you, and then the full length, 160, would go down the full length of your body. So you could have this if you were in bed. I don't know, I might plug that in towards the bottom so that you haven't got the cable up by, you know, sort of around your neck area. We do get a lot of people asking about, is it safe for pets? To which I would say, we had a Carol last night asked this. It is not designed for pets. If you feel it is safe for your pet to lie on, I wouldn't necessarily wrap them in it. If dogs overheat and whatnot, it gets pretty hot. So what Gemma, and she has a dog, what she said, she wouldn't allow her dog to use it without supervision, without you being there. So that was our answer too. Not specifically designed for pets, but under supervision. And also, you don't want them chewing on it, because if they chew on it and it's, you know, just exercise caution if you're going to allow your pets or your children as well. Make sure, because there is a cable, so you know you don't want toddlers and things playing around with this and getting wrapped up in the cable, and you certainly don't want your doggy chewing your cable or the heating element that runs throughout either, because at the worst case scenario, well, best case scenario, it'll stop it working. Worst case scenario, they can give themselves a little shock. So biting through electric cables, not good. All right. Also, remember, we do have the Morel pillow. This is a 24-hour deal, and that until while stocks last. I don't think this will sell out. We've got thousands of the things, but it is literally an extra £5 off. At midnight tonight, it will go back to $34.95, so $11.59.59. And but for right now, it's $29.95. Look at the support this offers you. It just never loses its loft. It has engineering inside it. It has two suspension ties, lintels if you want to call them that, like that. They're not purple. That's just for demonstration purposes. That will stop your pillow from ever collapsing. It will mean it will always return to its original height as well, and it will give you proper support. And it will give you proper comfort. It doesn't just have spun fibre in it. It's actually got little particles of what are called like down. It's a specially made form of hollow fibre just for this pillow. And it's called like down because it looks like down and it feels like down. But the only problem with down pillows and any feather pillows is that they don't have support. You put your head on the pillow, and all of the down moves to one side, and it's all round your ears, and then your head's on the mattress. No other pillow that I'm aware of gives you the support that this does. Unless now, yes, there are also the what do they call them? The memory foam pillows, but you know those only work for a certain percentage of the population because you can't change the size of them. So depending on the size of your neck, they either will or they will not work. But also they do have a tendency to get hot. They're not great in a standard, what do you call it, a standard pillowcase. These, by the way, will fit standard size pillowcases. Your Housewives or your, what are the other ones called? You've got your Housewife pillowcase or the one with the flange around the outside. The frilly one. Flange is the word of the night, isn't it? These are super, and you do get two of them. These, again, they are from the GX pillows, suspension pillows, but Morel is a brand name that's exclusive to us. The difference in these is these have a completely breathable cover all around the pillow, whereas the GX pillows, they have an organza strip that acts like a bellows and keeps the cool air in and the hot air out. So they work in similar ways. Everything else is identical. Medium soft, if you like a softer pillow, go for the medium soft. Medium firm, it's just got 20% more filling, it's slightly firmer. They both give you maximum comfort. You're going to feel really good, and you're going to sleep hopefully well, much better than you sleep now, because now you will have the proper support. You won't keep waking up trying to reconfigure the pillow, punching it, fluffing it, plumping it. You won't have to sleep like Superman with your arm underneath and wake up and wonder where your arm's gone because it's gone numb. You cannot lose loft in these. They always return to their original height. They always give you maximum support, and today they give you maximum affordability as well, because for literally the next, what time is it now? 30 minutes past 2. So for the next 22 hours and 47 minutes, they will be an extra £5 off at £29.95. Literally, as soon as the clock hits midnight tonight, they will go back to £34.95. So get yourself your pillows. And also a quick reminder, we also do have that fantastic winged air dryer, which is proving very popular indeed. I'm not surprised. It's a really good price, £54.99. I think I paid about 50 or 60 for mine, and it's not heated. This will allow you to dry your clothes much quicker, especially if, like me, you live in a flat, or if this is for a caravan or a motorhome and you can't peg them out on the clothesline because the weather's rubbish or it's too cold in the flat as it was today. It's the first time when I did some washing a couple of days ago that they weren't dry the next morning. I had to wait 2 days. And, you know, sometimes you hang in them on hangers under the stairs. I mean, the lengths we go to try and get our clothes dry when we are flat dwellers, city folk. So this is the answer. You've got an aluminium frame. It's very lightweight. It's really easy to set up. You literally just pull one end and it all collapses down in seconds. And then the poles are stainless steel, the ones that contain the heating elements, and you don't have to have the wings out if you don't want to. You can fold them down and just use it as a flat air dryer. Warm your towels, warm your bedclothes, and dry anything in. By the way, I meant to say, sorry, I completely forgot to tell you this before. If you do hang stuff on those as well, there is a cover that goes over the whole thing. There's a complete cover which has ventilation holes at the top that will keep all. If we've got, I don't know if we've got time tonight to show you a clip, but it will trap all the heat. It's literally a polyurethane cover that goes over the whole thing right the way down to the floor, and that will keep the heat in and dry the clothes even quicker. But then the ventilation holes at the top, because hot air rises, then the hot, dank, moist air will rise and escape from the covering, from the vents, through the vents, allowing your clothes to dry expeditiously. And that's a bonus, by the way. It's normally extra, and I just saw it on the details. It's a bonus, so we include that as an additional, well, complimentary gift. You don't pay extra for it. You normally pay $89.99. I don't know if the $89.99 includes the cost of the cover. It possibly does. That's what you would pay if you bought it from DMD with the cover. With us, $54.99 all in. Right, let's go back to our studio in Warrington. Vodka from Warrington. Remember that commercial? They are absolutely flying. Best pans money can buy, in my opinion, for this price. If you don't get them, you're going to miss out. If you need a good pan, if your non-stick's rubbish or it's seen better days, if you're buying for the first time or upgrading your pans from, you know, I remember when I got my first flat, I spent what I could afford, and I had a really naff pan set, but you know, it was my first set. This is an upgrade. This is the ultimate upgrade, because you actually get 150 quid's worth of pans, but because of the deal that we have done directly with Tower, you're actually only paying $84.99. It's a steal of a bargain, and 10-year warranty on the handles, 5-year warranty on the pans, diamond non-stick inside the pan and outside, which is 7 times stronger and tougher and more durable than regular non-stick. PFOA free, none of the nasties in there. It's also, I believe, infused into the pan, so it's not like something that all the, you know, the old non-sticks that start peeling. All those woes are history when you start using these instead. They stack, they save much more space than regular pans, and you get really everything you need. Your 2 saucepans, your two frying pans, your saute pan and wok with lids, 2 lids, 2 handles, and you've got your plastic covers to go over the saucepans so you can put them in the fridge for leftovers. It's all there. Everything you could think of, everything you could hope for and dream for, and a whole lot more. And speaking of people that you could hope for and dream for and a whole lot more, here is TV presenter extraordinaire Matthew McNamara with celebrity chef Paul Brodell from our Warrington studio with more.
Imagine you want to take something out of the oven. Have you ever taken a wet cloth before and tried to take a pan out of the oven?
Yeah, well, my oven glove gets damp, and I think, no, yeah, you have to be so careful.
Look at this. Now, again, I just want to show you something which we don't often mention. If you do suffer from stiff joints, anything like that, I promise you, this is worth its weight in gold. If you've got a loved one they've ever burnt their arms when you come out, so use 2 handles.
Oh, yeah.
And look, how much easier is that? You know, you're halving the weight.
Yeah.
You know, it can be very difficult, very heavy, but you're halving the weight, so it is so good. Click, click, done. And don't you just love this oven too?
Yeah, this air fryer, by the way, it is on the show as well, so you can see your details for it. We had to do a double, I know this is going to sound very overly dramatic, but we literally had to do a double take at the price actually on it, because we were shocked to see that such a great piece of kit is available to you today, and you can get it right now for £119.99. Knowing what Quality Tower brand stands for, and knowing what a huge and amazing 14.5 litre air fryer would normally cost, knowing that you can get it today for £119.99. You got a big window to see inside, so you can see what's cooking. You've got your drip tray. It's £41.55 or £65 rather today on your first of 3 payments on PayPal. That includes your delivery, and you can order it on the phone 0333 241 241 780018. That air fryer is doing us proud. Paul, he's obviously been using your pans with it, haven't you? You've been taking the pans out, adding ingredients, putting them back in. So a great companion. Still sticking with the Tower brand name, but now looking at the Freedom pans. These are compatible, these handles compatible. Not only have they got a guarantee, they've got a 10-year guarantee on the handles and a 5-year guarantee extended on the pans, but the handles are compatible across the Freedom range. So if you've got anything else Freedom, your handles are going to fit. So Paul, you're really mixing it up here,
we certainly are, yeah. We're doing our wonderful cheesy scrambled egg now. That'd be really lovely. I've got our meatballs with our veggies that we're going to do in a minute, just to show the versatility. Then I could add my pasta to that if I had my oven with me, and then I could put some cheese on top, pop the whole thing in the oven. Now here, I will use the big pan in a minute, but I'll show you the cover as well. But I just want to show you our wonderful, imagine cheese sticking. You know how cheese sticks on the edge of a lasagna pan?
Yeah.
Well,
bakes
look,
itself on, and good luck getting it off.
Can you see? It's just coming away. Perfect scrambled egg.
But you're not using loads of oil or butter either, are you?
No, not at all.
The ingredients
it's
go
just
in.
absolutely fantastic. Amazing results every single time. I can't believe how many pieces you're getting for the money.
Oh, yeah.
Here. And look.
Yeah, 13 pieces in total across the whole range that you're getting. You're getting the 2 different sized saucepans, you're getting the saute dish, the wok. It's all going on with the 2 handles as well for you.
It is, it really is. Just wash my cloth here, because then I will show you how easy that scrambled egg comes out every single time. Look at this, look.
See, scrambled egg would normally be a nightmare getting stuck.
Oh yeah, totally. And don't forget, we are doing this on induction as well. So look at that, let's just go there.
Look at that peeling away. Look, it looks looking really good. So it's literally peeling away from the side of the saucepan. Peeling away off it, and that'd be a thin piece that would normally stick itself to it. And we're just giving a quick wipe to our saucepans in the studio today to keep the demonstrations going.
Exactly, yeah. Now what I want to do now is show you the big pan.
Oh, this sauteed dish,
No,
yeah?
no,
the big one.
Big saucepan.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
By the way, induction, magnetic.
Yeah,
so you can see that.
So this is, again, really nice strong weight. Can you pass me the saucepan too, the big saucepan?
I can indeed.
Again,
I'll take the lid off, but you've got your 2 silicone
Get your lids.
lids.
It's not a drum, it's a lid, which is great for storing in the oven too. So again, you can feel the quality, the weight. You've got the Cerashore non-stick, and then you've got that wonderful friction bonded base at the bottom, which means that it's suitable for induction as well.
Okay.
So they really are win-win-win.
And we were talking a bit before the show. We both you said it feels good in the hand.
Yeah,
that
it
phrase,
really
you said
does.
it feels good in the hand. And they've got a good weight to them in terms of being reassuringly weighty, but they're not heavy.
Yeah.
I struggle to describe, but it feels good in the hand. Like it feels sturdy and substantial, but not heavy. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hope not.
Now I'm going to get our pan nice and hot. We're going to do some steak in a minute, but in the meantime, I'm just going to throw in some sauce into our meatballs here.
Right.
And so you can see it really is meals in minutes, isn't it, you know, which I love. Easy clean up, and then wonderful. We could be putting cheese on top of that, throwing it in the oven.
So there's no sacrificing. You're not thinking, you know, oh gosh, I'm not going to cook that because it's a bit unhealthy because it's got a load of oil in it. You know, you haven't seen us here with butter and oil going in because the Cerashore non-stick is giving us that reassurance. We don't need that lubrication from the oil. So we're not throwing in loads of sunflower oil, etc. And the other thing is, we're not being hard on ourselves thinking, oh, we better not cook that because it's going to be a nightmare to clean. Because the clean-up and the washing up, well, it's non-existent almost.
No, it really is. Now, you're ready for this sizzle. Look at that, look. That wonderful sizzle. If you notice, I didn't put any oil in there whatsoever. So I will just literally let that sizzle down and turn it over in a second.
That is looking good. How do we like our steak? What's the best way of doing a steak?
Well, I think with ribeyes, medium, I think.
Yeah.
Because it lets the fat.
Medium.
But lets the fat melt a little bit.
Medium towards well done for me, which is really bad, isn't it? Is that criminal?
Well, look, whatever you like. My gran didn't like to see blood, bless her.
Yeah, I mean, because I was watching Emily in Paris and she ordered her steak well done, and then the chef said, "No, I'm not doing that."
Oh, they don't even give you burgers.
And she said, "Well, hang on, I'm the customer," and he was like, "No, just try it." And then she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." So yeah.
Right, so I just want to show you the oven a second.
One day.
So again, if you are suffering from stiff joints, anything like that, you don't have to just use one handle. You can use two. You have security.
Yeah, even if you don't.
And you can pop that down there. Yeah. That is in the entire chicken. And can you see, that's in the smaller of the two frying pans. Again, just pop them open like so. Close that up. And what I'm going to do now is turn over our
on the show as well, that air fryer. You can buy it now if you want. It's a really good version. Details are on the screen on the side. You can see just underneath the main details there. It comes with a rotisserie if you're using that. We're obviously using one of our pans instead, but also it's got the drip tray function. It's got all these different cooking settings, and it is from the amazing Tower brand as well as the pans. Oh, Paul, you know how to treat us. You really do. Yeah, if you weren't hungry before, you are now, right?
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, look at that. Perfection. And that was with no oil whatsoever. Can you imagine doing that at home in your pan without any oil? You have all the amazing caramelization there. Look, already, I've just turned that one over. You can see how. And look, that quick seal, that sizzle. And look, the pan is clean as a whistle. Look at that.
There's no spots and sparkling of oil or fat in there beyond what was in the steak itself.
And can I just say, that caramelisation on that steak, that is flavour, that is taste, that's yum. And that's what you're getting here every single time. Now that's rare, I would say, at the moment. And you just cook it a bit longer, but can you see how nothing is sticking whatsoever? And then we've got our mushrooms and our onions absorbing all the wonderful flavours there. It's just beautiful.
Looking good, and as well at £84.99. You know, this is not a treat, is it? In terms of like, oh gosh, it's a luxurious purchase. I don't know. You know, if you've been in the market for a year or two for some pans, you've been holding off, or you've been thinking, I need to upgrade. You know, or maybe you've been buying cheap pans, and it's the age-old phrase. You probably know the one I'm going to say: buy cheap, buy twice. You know, but you know, here, buy at great value. Buy once, because you've got your guarantee on the handle for 10 years, and then the pans themselves on a 5-year guarantee. And also, you might be thinking, I haven't got enough space, and I've got my cupboards are full of all my tins and my jars, and I like to stock up on the 2-for-1 deals. Well, don't panic, because these nest away beautifully. They literally nest in each other, and it's the detachable handle that means it's really convenient for going from hob to oven to air fryer to dining room table, but it's also the detachable handle that means that they're small enough to nest and store in your cupboard. £84.99 is an incredible price. How do we know that? It's because we've seen the quality of the Tower name and the quality of the pans, and we're considering at £149.99. What if we were buying these, or what if somebody else was buying these at the normal price? We'd probably say, do you know what? pat on the back, fair play to you, mate. Well done, you've got a good set of pans there. 13 pieces, 149.99. It's a good brand name, but these are 84.99. Don't miss out.
So I've just
Paul,
done our barbecue creamy sauce to go on the top, like so, with our caramelised to go with our steak and our onions and our mushrooms in there, loads of flavour in there. And I'm really trying to get the pan as hot as I can because I always love showing the worst now. Now we've done our steak without any oil. You saw how you got that wonderful caramelisation. We're now going to pop on our creamy sauce, but I'm purposely not going to do that when I do it, because can you see how that cleans it?
Yes.
I'm going to really try and let it burn on and just
So you can leave a bit behind.
leave a bit behind.
Okay, I've got you, Paul.
Oh,
What a meal! What a meal!
wish
How
you
much is that
had
in a restaurant?
smell-o-vision. Well, 25 quid.
Yeah.
You see, so four of you go out and have steak at 25 quid a head. You've nearly paid for the pan set.
You have,
you know?
yeah,
It's
84.99.
incredible, isn't it?
13-piece pan set. So again, we're going worst case scenario on our pan, but look at this, a golden glistening sauce on a beautiful steak.
Just gonna
Caramelised
burn. Our
steak.
meatballs are ready. Oh, goody, goody! How good!
How are you doing this, Paul? You're like juggling. You're literally
Juggling.
juggling plates and pans.
Look at that. But we
We're
have
burning
got
that on.
wonderful food, excellent. Nothing has stuck. I've virtually washed up as how we've gone along. Look at that, look. How
Meatballs, goulash
gorgeous
style.
is that? Nothing sticking whatsoever. I'm going to take you back to what I would almost call like the disaster, isn't it? But look,
Yeah.
nothing sticking.
But look, it's burnt there.
Whatsoever.
You can imagine that would have burnt and stuck on.
If you can, I say this every time. Hi everyone, if you've just tuned in, by the way, this is ShopOnTV. Please do tell your friends about us and spread the word, spread the good word. My name's Rob Locke with an E, and what I was going to say was, every time we do those pans, I say this and I do genuinely mean it, and I hope this conveys to you my not belief. It's not belief. Belief means a lack of certainty, doesn't it? Let's get philosophical, shall we? When you believe something, it means you don't really know for sure. You have to believe it because you don't know it. Well, I've not only used those pans, put them through their paces. I've been working with the Tower brand for years and years and years. I can tell you with absolute certainty that they are every bit as good as they look, and then some. So I always say, and this is, I'll do this for the first 5 people because I'm not made of money, and also I do believe, I don't know for sure, but I do believe that my money is safe when I say that if you're someone that's going to buy those towel pans right now and you get them home and they don't do everything that we've shown you in the studio, and if they don't thrill you within an inch of your life in terms of they're the best, some of the best pans at least that you've ever owned, I'll personally give you your money back out of my own pocket. That's how sure I am. They are just superb, these. They really are. Phenomenal value. The 10-year guarantee on the handles, the 5-year guarantee on the pans. They're safe for every single hob type. In the oven up to 230 degrees. Not the handles. You don't put the handles in the oven, or the lids, obviously. But they will go from the hob to the oven to the table and then to the fridge, even the freezer if you wanted to. They are superb. They honestly are, and they stack, which is these stackable pan systems, and also you've got much more room on your hob. If you've got a 4-burner, having 4 handles, the handles kind of get in the way. It doesn't matter with these because you can take them off. $84.99. Get yourself a pair, get yourself a set rather, and I definitely recommend them to absolutely anybody. I'm not saying that. I know I'm the presenter of this show and you'd expect me to say that, but I don't get any commission at all from these sales. I just get paid a set fee to present. That's it. I'm a freelancer. That's the way it goes. I'm genuinely telling you from my own experience and from my own care of you buying things that I know, and I wouldn't say it because if I said all that and then you get these home and they're rubbish, you're never going to believe a word I say. And the one thing that does keep me employed is that the more people who come back and buy, the more customers that buy from the shows that I present, obviously then people go, oh well, we might bring him back for another one then because he did all right the last time. So yes, I have a vested interest, certainly, of course I do, but that's why I'm always truthful, and you can always take what I say absolutely as gospel, because I'm honest with you and always will be for those reasons as just explained. There we are. I feel really good tonight. Why do I feel better tonight than I have on other night? Oh, I know. Oh, look. I've got myself a Sherpa. And you know, I'm a big fan of Everest. I wish I had the guts to climb it, but I don't want to die, and a lot of people do. But I've seen just about every documentary you can imagine. Sherpa is actually for the people indigenous to that area. It's their surname. Everyone is called something Sherpa, which I didn't realise. I only found that out recently. Anyway. But they have no, not number one. They're not numbered. That's out my director Paul. No, they do have really great first names that are, I don't know, that there's a whole. Not Dave. Dave Sherpa. Hello, Dave Sherpa here. Honestly, that's what I have to put up with. Veronica Sherpa. No, but they have a very special way they name Margaret Sherpa. Hi, Margaret Sherpa. I'm digressing to the point of ridicule, or ridiculeness. These are really good. Buy them. They're lovely and soft, and they're so beautifully plush. What a great Christmas gift this will be. Turn your heating off, or don't even put it on. Just get one of these instead. It'll save you an absolute fortune. Remember, the magic sauce here is they are machine washable. You can put them in the washing machine up to 40 degrees. Obviously, unplug them first. That's always a good idea, because you wouldn't be able to shut the washing machine, would you? But the internal heating element is very tough and durable and designed to be washed. The only thing is, do not tumble dry them, because you might melt the wire inside. You don't want to do that, because it wouldn't work anymore. So line dry, or stick them on a clothes horse or something like that. Wrap up, warm yourself up. They're completely safe. Honestly, for these to be electric and washable, they have been tested to the nth degree for safety. They are completely safe, as long as you make sure they are dry before you plug them in again. And the other thing is also, ladies and gentlemen, they are 100% polyester, which dries so quickly. You put these in a normal cycle, by the time they've spun dry, 7,200 RPM or whatever the standard is, they'll come out the machine almost dry. Put them over a clothes horse, they'll be dry probably within 10 minutes. Depending on the temperature, obviously, and if you've got the heated winged air dryer, then they'll dry very quickly indeed. So here you have your little plug, unplug to put them in the washing machine. They're 120, which is 1.2 meters this way, and that's where your plug is, and then 160 that way. So they're like a single blanket, or a bit bigger than a single, actually probably more like a double blanket. You can put them over your bed to heat your bed if you want to warm your bed up before you get into it. Sitting in a chair, though, I just imagine, maybe I'm getting old, but the thought of just sitting, because I've got an electric reclining sofa. Or you could sit on the balcony. Oh, that's a good idea. When it gets cold, but it's not so cold, it's still lovely to sit outside, isn't it? Especially if you've got a balcony. Sit out on your balcony, wrapped in your heated blanket, with a hot toddy, or maybe at night with an adult libation. Oh, But also, in all seriousness, if you have elderly parents, I know this is how can I put this tactfully? Every year when it gets cold, a lot of elderly people suffer. You hear it on the news, don't you, all the time? And also, unfortunately, a lot of elderly people, perhaps people who can't afford their heating bills, so they turn the heating off and they don't make it always through the winter. I know it's a horrible thing to think about and to say, but for the sake of £34.99, that you wouldn't get a lot of electricity on your heating bill, would you, for 35 quid? And this only costs 7 pence an hour, so you could run it for 24 hours. What's 24 times 7? It's about £1. Oh, blimey, about £1.75 roughly. How much? £1.68. £1.68 a day, if you wanted to run it for the whole day. And I honestly do think, if you've got elderly parents or grandparents, these are a must-have. To be honest, they are lovely and warm even without turning them on. But when you do turn them on, you've got a remote control inline, very simple, 3 buttons. You turn on in the centre, and then you've got a temperature button which has got 9 increments of 5 degrees. These go up to 45 degrees, and then you've also at the top got time, so I'll turn that on. Again, time, just repeatedly pressing the... Is that on? Can't see. Have I plugged it in? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Paul. I just turned it off. You repeatedly press the button. Timer at the top. 9 increments, 20 minutes each, up to 180 minutes, which is 3 hours. You don't have to have the timer on, but if you do want it to sort of click off at a certain time, it will do so in an automated fashion. $34.99. Please do, by the way, check out your baskets. It's been really busy tonight. Make sure you check out before you go to bed. The tower pans have been one of the stars of the show, along with our blankets. And remember our 24-hour deal on the pillows. Check out shopontv.co.uk for all the items in the show tonight. This extra £5 saving, you've only got about 22 hours left, and then, or 21 hours left when we come off air to get it at that extra low saving for a twin pack. But 530956, your 13-piece towel pan set. We're going to go back to our Warrington studio with Matt McNamara and celebrity chef Paul Brodell for the final part of our presentation of those pans this evening. Here they are.
Oh, steak. I was like, you know, from The Simpsons when it's all pork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
steak. But we are proud, because, Paul, you're not going to put your name and your time and your
do you
energy
know what?
on
I
anything,
absolutely
are you?
love this. And again, with the detachable handles, it is just so good. And again, you can pop them straight in the oven there.
Yep.
And you can pull it out with one oven. But just imagine you suffer from stiff joints, anything like that.
Yep.
You can put the 2 handles on, take it out with 2 handles. How much easier is that? If you've ever taken a pan out with a wet cloth before, you only do it once. Where this makes life so much easier. It really is so good. We're going to put it to the ultimate test, really. I've got so many different things to do. Now, if you've ever burnt milk or cheese in a pan before, you know how much it can really stick.
Yeah.
You know, if it's stainless steel, it can be terrible, can it? But imagine now, I am going to literally pop a steak in here, and there's no oil in there. I don't know whether you can see the onions. They're not sizzling because there's no oil there.
Yep.
Nothing at all. But...
So lose the fat, not lose the flavour.
Exactly. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Of course, you've got the 2.5mm base with the even heat distribution, and then your amazing Sarah Shaw pans as well.
Now, in this one, I'm just burning some cheese. I'm just going to show you the worst scenario. Now, you imagine not only cheese, so imagine on your lasagna dish, anything like that. Imagine putting a bit of egg with it too. Imagine.
I would imagine that, but it's going to burn.
Imagine putting a bit of pancake batter in there as well.
My kids would love this.
Really trying to get it to stick. Now, while this is melting, I'm just going to turn over our steak.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm just going to give it a bit of a nudge. Look at that, look.
So no oil, that's just the natural oil from the steak.
That is just the natural oil that's come from the steak. And look at this.
Oh.
Caramelisation. Sears beautifully. Oh, how gorgeous is that? Just
so that's the even heat distribution for you.
That is, yeah, that's that wonderful thick base that you've got on there.
That means you've got your garnishes cooking at the same time. You're not worried about cold spots with your heat distribution.
Pop in a few mushrooms there. I'm going to do it in a Stilton and cream sauce in a minute. But look at this one.
So this is all burned on now, surely.
Well, look,
you've ruined your pan. Oh, no, you haven't.
Can you see how it's just perfection personified, isn't it?
That is
look at that look. Now you imagine a hot pan like that. I'm now going to put some omelette mix in there.
So easy. Just look at the pan. It's clean. That's the Sarah Shaw ceramic non-stick. The cleanup is so easy. You can put them in the dishwasher if you want to. They are dishwasher safe, but we don't think you're going to need to. Just give them a quick clean and away you go. But also up to 260 degrees in the oven. And then you've got your detachable handles, so you can go from oven to air fryer, from air fryer to table, to dining table, to kitchen, and back to the hob. Oh, and talking of hobs, have you got a particular type of hob and you think, oh no, are these saucepans good for it? Well, we're using the induction hob here in the studio, so it's the magnetic base, yeah? And then you can use these on any hob type. So induction, gas, electric,
exactly.
all of them.
Now, I think I've just made the quickest cheese omelette you've ever had. Look how gorgeous. Cheese and herb omelette.
Oh my
Look
gosh.
at that, look.
You pay so much.
How,
Look at that, it looks
and can
gourmet.
you see, completely clean as a whistle. Healthy and delicious, high in protein. Look at
I
that.
don't know how you did that, but that omelette looks really posh for some, like...
Well, and it's done in seconds. You imagine a bit of salad with that, and bam, you've got it in no time at all.
a few
Now,
frites with it, yeah.
so I would say that steak is pretty much done how I like it. You've got a nice lot of caramelisation. It's sizzling, bubbling, bit of salt and pepper. Pop that on there. But I'm now going to make a bit of a sauce with it.
You're losing
I've
the
got
fat, not the flavour, because you've not
Stilton
put in any
cheese.
extra oil or butter on these, and these are Serrashore non-stick. Cream straight in the hot pan, no worries. Yes, it's bubbling away, but we're not worried about it burning today. Ooh.
Oh yeah, this will be the quickest Stilton sauce ever.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that, look.
You do like your
And
Stilton.
a lot of Stilton.
Yeah.
Get like this on fresh air left. Right. Now, and my top tip is just put a bit of pickle in with it too.
Ah. See, this is why Paul's
adds
the
a bit of sweetness.
top shop on TV
So this
chef.
wonderful. Now, if you think, oh, look, it's going to burn, it's going to catch, well, I'm going to prove that it won't. So I'll just let that Stilton melt, and then we've got the quickest Stilton sauce that you've ever had. And how much do you pay for ribeye and Stilton sauce? 25 quid in a restaurant?
5.30 more,
just
depending on
going to
where
start
you
our
are.
stir fry going.
Yeah.
Look at that, a bit of cabbage.
We're going straight from the pan to the wok here because you can. This is a 13-piece set where you've got your 2 saucepans, the sauté dish, the 2 pans and the wok dish as well. 2 detachable handles, very easy to use, so you click on and click off. All come beautifully boxed. It's a great wedding present actually. Brilliant housewarming gift or a treat to yourself. The thing is, I say treat, and it's not like an extravagance, is it? Because it's not like a, oh, I don't know when I'm going to use it and I don't know if I'm going to need it. You know, this is cooking. This is something you're going to use every single day. This is something that you need to at least have a certain level of quality
You
about.
may think, oh, look, he's burning out. Well, I'm doing it on purpose, but just look what happens when I go across.
It's peeling away.
It just comes away.
Yeah.
Look at that, look.
Obviously,
Plastic or
plastic, silicone utensils, soft
You
utensils. Yeah.
smell that Stilton sauce. So I'm just going to pour that over the top, but I'm going to leave some in the pan.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Just to burn it on.
So
Really?
you're deliberately
burning it on, just to
That's
show you the
beautiful.
quality of these pans. It is just incredible. We've got our veggies here to go with it. Quick stir fry I'm doing here, trying to get it.
See, with my old wok, I used to have to be worried about the heat distribution because I could never leave something. You were busy over here and you left that going, but it didn't.
Yeah.
There weren't hot spots. You haven't
Just
suddenly charged
literally,
your
I've
counter.
just used a bit of spray oil like that to keep it going. Just wonderful. Now, remember this burnt mess?
It doesn't smell good. It's smelling
You think,
very burned up.
Look at that, look. But it just comes away clean. You know, this is what I want to show. How forgiving. You imagine someone knocks at the front door, the telephone goes, you know, you're occupied, something like that. We've all done it.
Yeah.
This is how forgiving these pans are. And this is why I really
there
want
forever.
everyone to experience
You're not there forever
how
with the
good
cleaner.
they are.
Yeah, you're not there forever wondering about how am I going to get this off, or soaking it, or wasting your washing up liquid, you know, or extra tools, or scrubbing. You don't want to scrub it because you don't want the damage. You wouldn't
Now, I
want
just want to show you the outside too, where I poured the sauce. Literally wipes away clean. They are just incredible.
Remember, this is Serrashore ceramic. You live in the dream when you get these. Seriously, 13-piece set here from Tower. PayPal Pay in 3 as well, including your delivery, is £30.31 over 3 months. The guarantee, because you'd obviously think, you know, with such a good brand name as Tower, these are going to be guaranteed, right? Well, 10 years on the handles and a 5-year extended guarantee on the actual pans. You just need to activate it on the Tower website, of course. And being the Freedom range, the handles go across the entire range, so they interchange. And also, talking of interchanging and stuff like that, nesting as well. Which ones are hot, which ones are cold here?
That one's hot.
So that's hot. I don't want to touch that one, but looking, that one's hot, but it's got a handle. But I'll just drop this in so that you can see.
Yeah, let me.
So I've got the 2 different size saucepans here. One goes in the other, and they nest like so. So that's an example of at least 2 of them and how they nest. But they are very, very easy to stack. If you're thinking about a handle, and is that going to get in the way in the cupboard? No, because you just detach the handle and it comes off and they nest like that. It does go all the way in, I promise. There you go. So which means they can be cake tins, baking trays, sauté dishes, woks. Is that locked in there?
Yeah, that's all locked in.
You know, you have got it all your bases covered when you get this Tower Freedom set. And the Tower brand, one that's been going since 1913, you're doing well to get that too. And we have done a deal for you to make sure that we've negotiated this set down from $149.99 to $84.99 for the whole set.
Now,
$84.99.
again, I just want you to imagine here. So that one fits in that one, then your 2 cans on top and all the rest, and plus the one in here.
And
so
don't
they
forget your
all
lids
fit on top
as well.
of each other, and then you've got the lids.
Quite swish lids, aren't they? Because you've got
They
the
certainly have, yeah.
You've got your window there so you can see what's happening inside your saucepan. You've got to stand behind it, so there you go. The vent is there for draining things or letting the steam out, and then you've got your gap for the handle. That's where the handle clicks on there. But that is a really, really nice, solid saucepan lid. That is.
Now we've done our stir fry now. I've just added some of our thick soya sauce in there. Wonderful. And again, that was just cabbage and some vegetables. How good is that? That's for our lovely Martha. That smells.
Yeah, you're making everyone's
smell
lunch today, aren't we?
There you go. That's nice and healthy.
Have you got your order in today? Yeah,
Look at that.
Didn't have to ask him twice.
And again, don't forget that Ceresure non-stick is on the outside of the pan as well. It really is so good.
Oh, it is so good. It is. It is. We're back live. We've been live all the way from 1:09 till 3 a.m. We've got 10 minutes left. What should we do in the last 10 minutes? Gee, let me think. Our producer would like me to chat about the blankets and the pillow. For 10 minutes without a script? Are you kidding me? People can't do that. It's difficult. We're so underrated, you see. Do you know, it's really funny. It's true. It is actually slightly true, that, because we get used to it. We don't have any, we literally, I am making this up. Every word coming out of my mouth, like those ones that just came out, and then those ones, and then those ones, and the next ones. It's all improv, the whole thing. No script, nothing. And we have a little earpiece in here, and I've got 2 people talking to me constantly, my director and producer, so I can hear them now. Say hi, Paul. Hi. Gemma, hi. She says hello. And then normally if we've got a product, I've got to coordinate the product. I've got multiple cameras. I've actually got 3 cameras in front of me, although we're only really using 2 of them tonight for this bit. We've got that camera, that's camera 5, and this is camera number 4. But there are actually 6 cameras, and there's camera 2 as well, and that's camera 2. That's my belly shot, you see. So so we got loads of those, and then we've got hang on, we've got a remote shot on camera 6. Oh, there, I didn't even see camera 6 over there. See that? So we're using 4 cameras for this epic. Just giving you a little behind the scenes. And then also, on a normal day, I'd have a guest. So I've got people talking to me while I'm also coordinating product, managing cameras, making everything up as I go along, talking to and interviewing the guest. Well, we've also got that shot over there. That's camera number 1. We hadn't used that previously, but that you've got a lovely bit of the camera in shot, you see. And even though that is an auto cue, that black thing at the top is an auto cue. It's got a screen on it. Normally, presenters read, they have all the words for them, but we don't get that. So all I can see, we've got what's called program out. So what you're seeing at home is what I'm seeing in my auto, so I can point to the graphics, I can see where they are. That's why we do that, so I can gesticulate easily. So it's actually one of the hardest, as a presenter, it's actually the hardest job in television. And yeah, and I only say that, I'm not tooting my own horn, but any presenters who do this style of broadcasting, and yet, unfortunately, we are so, or it's as a group, we are much maligned, and we're sort of like the B presenters. You know what I mean? We do more hours of live television than probably every other presenter on mainstream TV, with the exception of people. I was talking about this earlier, actually. Eamon Holmes has probably done as much as I have, and I haven't done the most. There are lots of other shopping TV presenters from the original Shopping Channel who were there from day one, who've done tens of thousands of hours. So I'm just saying, it's just weird that this style of television has never really, in the industry, been overly respected. Yet, thank you to you at home, because people who watch it enjoy it, and it is respected. I don't know why I got onto that little diatribe. I just like, you know, to keep you in the loop. You're all part of this. You are part of our success, most certainly. And I thought you'd enjoy that. I know I do, and did. And it's funny. Paul McKenna, who I worked with years ago. It's how I met actually the CEO of ShopOnTV, and we've been friends for about 20 years. He used to buy Paul McKenna's media time for his infomercials, and so Paul was making an infomercial for a couple of new products, and he got me to do one. He wanted a male and a female, so he got me to do one, and he got a very famous newsreader, I'm not mentioning who it was, to do the other one. And when I'd done my bit, and I went up, you know, we knocked it out, and I went up to the gallery, the control room, and I just to chill out and watch you know, this very famous news presenter do the next one. And she got 2 minutes in and ran out of things to say. And so they had to keep stopping and starting and stopping, and Paul was getting more and more frustrated, and she could feel it too, and she didn't know I was in the gallery. And I remember her turning to the camera and saying, "Can we bring Rob back?" and that was like, and she's just emailed in to say thank you for showing me up on national television. No, I'm just, but again, I'm not saying that to blow smoke up my what's it, but yeah, it's a weird thing. You know, I spent 10 years in LA working on mainstream TV as an actor, and presenting you know, doing mainstream presenting as well. But did I never mention I lived in America? Apparently I didn't. But it's so weird. Over here, I wouldn't even be considered for a game show or for a mainstream show because I do this. It's very odd, and that's one of the reasons I left Britain, by the way, in the early day, back in the early 2000s. But the one thing that has always made it enjoyable is that when I get to meet people who watch, people like yourselves, you're really great people, and I really appreciate that you do watch, and we all appreciate that you watch. So I guess to heck with what the industry thinks. The industry's all in decline anyway. We're the ones triumphing, aren't we? At the end of the day, we shall prevail. We'll take over the airwaves. And ITV have certainly recognised us by allowing us to be on their airwaves, and this is a wonderful partnership with ITV to bring you, we hope, the best products at the very best prices, like this amazing pillow. $34.95 is the normal price, but $29.95. I feel I earned my little armchair moment tonight. Because people always ask me what's it really like behind the scenes, so I just I just give you a frank and honest. I say it how it is. I know I upset some people, but I am genuinely, I believe, I like to think anyway, a decent person. I'm the sort of person you'd enjoy having a pint with, and you're welcome to any day. We'll have to have a little sort of get together with all of our viewers who wish to attend. I don't know. We've certainly got enough space in the studio. In fact, actually, if you'd ever like to come and see a show done live, obviously you'd have to be a bit of a night owl. But we are planning at some point. In fact, my CEO, the one person or one of two people that I report to in this company, did ask, can we do an audience show? So if you do fancy, drop us an email, or keep an ear out, because we'll have a little special day for our wonderful customers and our wonderful viewers, and maybe we'll give you a suspension pillow. No, I'm just saying that because I've got to segue back to the pillow. This is super. It really is. $29.95. Again, either medium soft or medium firm. It will not lose its loft, its height, its firmness, or its softness. It has an amazing like down filling, called that because it's literally like down. It's very fine particles of fibre. It's incredibly comfortable. You've also got a completely breathable poly cotton cover, which is why this is the Morel pillow. The Morel brand is exclusive to ShopOnTV. The GX pillows, this is a GX pillow by any other name, if you know that name already. But that has a slightly different cover with an organza strip for breathability. This is a poly cotton cover that's completely breathable all around, and it's inside it has this special suspension. I mean, it literally is. It's the engineering principle of if you look at suspension bridges, if you look at the lintels on buildings and things, and how stuff gets suspended in engineering, this is one of those principles. Inside, two X's, two ties, fabric ties, which are slightly shorter than the outside of the pillow. So as soon as you apply pressure to the pillow, they strengthen, they tighten, they become taut, and that means that you cannot fight against them ultimately, and that means that the pillow will not completely compress, and that means that you get a better night's sleep. At the end of the day, it's all about comfort. It's all about sleeping better. Correct spinal alignment, correct alignment of your airways. You know those days when you wake up and you go, oh, I slept funny last night. Well, you didn't sleep funny. What you were sleeping on, you didn't wake up laughing, did you? No, Paul just said. What happened was your bedding failed you. That for you to have the perfect night's sleep, now obviously temperature is important and temperature regulation. Noise levels are important, and if you live on a noisy street as I do, there's not much you can do about that, except get one of those white noise machines. They're very good. Smell, very important. People forget about smell. Our five senses, our sense of smell is actually one of the most powerful. So if there's not a particularly nice smell in the room, then correct that with, I don't know, some incense or a joss stick or some air spray or a freshener or a scented candle or something like that. But then the rest of it, once you've got the stuff you can control under control, the rest of it comes down to your bedding. What you sleep on, your mattress is super important. What you sleep under, your duvet is very important. That's why our biggest selling product on the channel are the mulberry silk duvets and mattresses and such. But also your pillow is the other one. Really, really essential to have a good pillow. And here you're getting an exclusive deal for 24 hours. So you literally only have just 21 hours and change left to get this twin pack at $29.95 instead of $34.95. Please check out your baskets, especially check out for your fleeces there, because those stocks are depleting. Check out your pillows. We've got a good supply of them, but the offer is only for 24 hours. And obviously, get yourself a set of those pans. If you know what's good for you, every home should own them. Thank you very much. That's me for this week. I'll see you again next Friday. Ta-ra.